First, we have to stop dealing with illusions. We cannot ask the people who programmed us into oblivion to program us out of it. So far as I'm concerned, education has but one honorable purpose, one alone. Everything else is nonsense. And that is to train the student to be a respectful and a responsible handler of power. People do not train you in how to take their power away from them when they hold power by controlling you. To expect this of other people is a contradiction in terms. Freedom is something you do not wish upon, you do not dream upon. Freedom is something you take with your own hands. It is never secure until you take it with your own hands. You do not leave it for another generation. Each generation must in turn secure it with their own hands, even if you leave it to them in a will. It is not secure until they make it secure with their own hands, their own bodies, and their own minds. And so long as we avoid this reality, someone else is going to dictate the content of education. And when people dictate the content of education, they're dictating what goes into your mind. And when they dictate that, they're going to dictate agitation. They're going to dictate your action. And though you might lie about it, so long as you are in this position, you are some form of a slave. And it is incumbent upon you to free yourselves from it. You educate yourself to come out of it, and do not expect others to do it for you. We stop begging at the door of people who reduced us to beggars.
We pay honor and respect to a giant, to a grand master teacher, scholar, intellectual, warrior on the front lines for our people, the great Dr. John Henrik Clarke. It is very important we Black people worldwide remember and pay respect to this Black man who put everything on the line to make sure our Black history was told from our perspective, no one else. This Black man, Dr. John Henrik Clarke, is responsible for Black history being taught in school. Yes, he was the one who created Black history in the schools. So while you guys are celebrating this so-called New Year, getting drunk, partying based on this white European filth, we celebrate and we honor Dr. John Henrik Clarke, a Black man who was feared by white people, so-called white academics. This Black man shut down all the lies and propaganda that white people try to use to diminish our history, our existence, our purpose in life. This Black man, Dr. John Henrik Clarke, make sure that our history didn't start in slavery, but before slavery, the greatness we came from, the identity we had, the names, the tradition, the culture, the practices. Yes. So when we take time to honor a great grandmaster teacher like Dr. John Henrik Clarke, it shows the rest of the world how important Dr. John Henrik Clarke was and still is today. He still lives on. His speeches, his words. And once you take that and you embody that and use it to access the greatness within you, you will see the results of, even if he is past and gone, his presence is still here based on his body of work, based on what you decide to pick up and take from and use it to cultivate our people today and moving forward into the future. So, January 1st, I wanted to pay respect and honors to the giant intellectual scholar, warrior, Dr. John Henrik Clarke.